Good morning, everyone. I call this meeting of the House Agriculture and Natural Resources Committee to order. If everyone please log in to your station and we will take the roll. Clerk, please take the roll.
I'm not sure anybody that's logged in. There we go.
We may need to actually call the roll because my button's not working either. So. I think there's some cobwebs in the system somewhere here.
Representative Alexander. Alexander present. Representative Bain. Here. Representative Bain present. Representative Darby. Here. Representative Darby present. Representative Doggett. Representative Doggett present. Representative Fritz. Here. Representative Fritz present. Representative Grills. Representative Halsey. Representative Hurt. Representative Jones of Davidson. Here. Representative Jones of Davidson present. Representative Reedy. Here. Representative Reedy present. Representative Shaw. Representative Stinnett. Representative Stinnett here. Representative Travis. Here. Representative Travis present. Representative Vital. Present. Representative Vital present. Representative Martin of Hamilton. Here. Representative Martin of Hamilton present. Chairman Todd. Present. Chairman Todd present. Mr. Chairman, you have a 12-member present. You have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. And I would note that Representative Grills, Hurt, Halsey, Shaw are excused. They all contacted and let us know some difficulties or other appointments they had. At this point, I would call on Representative Stinnett to lead us in a prayer and a pledge. If everyone would please stand.
Dear Heavenly Father, just thank you for this day that you've provided to us to come and do the business of the state of Tennessee. Be with each one of these members. Just give us the insight to do what's best for the state of Tennessee. We thank you for all the blessings you bestow on us each and every day. And we thank you for your son, Jesus Christ. We ask this in your holy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for that. More than any other form of human activity, agriculture has influenced the development of Tennessee and shaped the lives of its people. It was the driving force behind the state's settlement, a vital factor in its economic growth, the principal source of household income through much of its history, and a key element in the formation and cultural heritage. Agriculture, in short, has played a central role in the history of Tennessee. Tennessee's early rural families valued self-sufficiency and strove to supply from their own production as much of the household consumption as possible. But they also understood that realizing their aspirations for a better life required involvement in larger scale agriculture. By the middle of the 19th century, the state's agricultural economy was well established and exercised wide-reaching influence. Tennessee ranked among the top 10 states in the production of cotton, tobacco, corn, wheat, swine, and sheep, and the sixth in total livestock value. It produced ample amounts of several small grains other than wheat, several fibers other than cotton, and a variety of fruits and vegetables. By contrast, relatively little change occurred in the early decades of the 20th century. Improved markets immediately after the turn of the century and strong demand during World War I, to be sure, brought temporary expansion of cotton, tobacco, and wheat production. But worldwide surpluses soon after the war drove down prices to below pre-war levels and caused modest declines in cotton and tobacco acreage in the 1920s. The Great Depression of the 1930s exacerbated conditions. With the precipitous drop in already depressed prices, the federal government fashioned schemes to reduce commodity surpluses through limitations on acreage and quotas on marketing. Farmers participated by cutting back even further on cotton and tobacco cultivation in return for government subsidies. The Depression persuaded farmers to place renewed emphasis on subsistence production, resulting in a modest return to household self-sufficiency. World War II ushered in a new period of transformation and advancement. War-induced demand ended the Depression, reinvigorated commercial activities, and brought a return of agricultural prosperity. It stimulated production of the state's traditional market commodities as well as soybeans. In the 1980s, improvements in technology and more favorable market conditions reversed the trend in cotton, and Tennessee farmers responded by increasing their output by a factor of almost 1,000 between 1949 and 1992, making soybeans the state's most valuable crop. The post-war transformation involved more, however, than modification in production choices. Tennessee farmers participated in a nationwide agricultural revolution that generated far-reaching change throughout the country. The driving force behind the revolution was the adoption of highly sophisticated new technology. The internal combustion engine tractor was arguably the most crucial innovation. In time, they completely displaced mules and horses to drive the machinery for most field tasks. Despite an enduring commercial orientation, farming has, from the beginning of settlement in the 18th century to the present, played a broader cultural role in Tennessee. Since World War II, farming as a business has largely displaced farming as a way of life. Still, Tennessee farmers have continued to supply the country with a variety of high-quality farm goods, all while sustaining their own incomes and enhancing the lives of many others in Tennessee and elsewhere. We applaud our farmers and the entire farm industry in our state. We want to do all we can to make sure they have the right environment to work within and give them our full support. Any other personal orders of the day?
Mr. Chair.
Representative Jones, you're recognized.
Not logged in. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I don't think you're logged in, so I don't.
None of our mic-
Do you have your login?
It's not working.
Okay. Will it activate?
I can use this one.
Oh, there you go. You're on there.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and colleagues, and thank you for sharing those facts about Tennessee agriculture and farming. I also would like to share some facts and also had a parliamentary inquiry. In 2025, Tennessee farmers lost $430 million. It's a crisis that we have not seen in a generation here in Tennessee. And as I traveled the state the past few months, meeting with farmers across the state, they are seeking substantial relief. soybeans, as you all know on this committee, obviously is our number one product. China was our number one buyer of soybeans, and our farmers are struggling to access those markets with President Trump's tariffs. And so my parliamentary inquiry as a member of the opposition party, Mr. Chair, is seeing that we are meeting today with no items on the agenda. If we could have a special hearing to talk about the crisis facing our farmers and bring in the Commissioner of Agriculture to answer some questions for us, the new Commissioner, Andy Holt, and if you would be amenable to allowing a special hearing on the crisis facing Tennessee farmers right now.
Thank you for that. Any other personal orders?
Parliamentary.
Seeing none, we will-
Parliamentary inquiry.
You're not recognized, sir.
Parliamentary inquiry.
At this time, I want to introduce our staff for our committee. Our Sergeant at Arms is Wayne Hawkins. My legislative assistant to my right is Rob Cagle, many of you know. Our legal staff is Doug Garrett and Stephanie Snow. Welcome, Ms. Stephanie. We have Mackenzie Randall as a research analyst. We have Paul Obert and Amanda Arias Lamonis as clerks, and then in Library and Archives, John Miller. So we thank all of you for your help with this committee. Just want to go over a few.
I have a parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Chair.
You're out of order, sir. You're not recognized.
It's within the order of business to have a parliamentary
Bill notices must be put on, bills must be put on notice by 3:30 PM Wednesday before the next scheduled meeting.
Point of order, Mr.
Bills
Chair.
must be put on notice through the House portal.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Paper notices will not be accepted.
Point of order.
Committee amendments. The deadline for filing amendments for this committee will be Monday at 10 a.m.
Point of order.
Every week. Verbal amendments and amendments filed after the deadline shall not be considered. Amendments can only be submitted by email and must come from the email address of the member or their assistant. Requests to testify in committee must be submitted to the chairman at least 24 hours prior to the scheduled meeting time. Witness cards can be submitted through the legislative website or filled out in person prior to the start of the meeting. Submission of a witness card is not a guarantee that a person will be allowed to speak. The testimony of witnesses is subject to time and other limitations and will be limited to 3 minutes for this committee. We will not be distributing any kind of materials in the committee. They must be provided to the committee staff electronically prior to the meeting so that it may be emailed to members and added to the dashboard program if appropriate. Any other items coming before the committee? Hearing none, without objection, we are adjourned.
Chris, you know you're out of order.
Thank you.